This is an interesting one. Sunoco getting sold, selling itself up, right, for about $5.5 billion.
Yeah, 5.3.
Give us the details on this one.
Yeah, well, I think the interesting thing to say about this deal is kind of what it says about the energy market in general. And, the most obvious point is Sunoco's been around since like the 1880s.
Right.
It's a very storied refining and marketing company. It used to be an oil explorer. It sold that stuff off years and years ago. And I think what this shows is really just how much suffering the refining business has gone through. Because in actual fact, Energy Transfer, which is a company buying Sunoco, they don't really want the refineries. In fact, they're not even part of this deal. And Sunoco right now is trying to get Carlyle to take its last refinery in a joint venture. And the gasoline stations that Energy Transfer will buy, I would imagine they will probably sell those off to a different refining company. What they really want are the pipelines, and that's where a lot of the excitement in this business is these days, mainly because we've obviously seen a big turnaround in America's gas and oil output, but mostly in non-traditional areas, up in the upper Midwest, and,
right, North Dakota,
different parts of Texas,
Ohio and Pennsylvania, right?
Places that haven't seen that much activity for decades. And what that means is it's kind of redrawing the map in terms of pipelines, who owns those pipelines, where you want them to be connected to. And so what we've seen is the refining business is kind of on a real downturn, but the guys who own the pipelines and are building them out are expanding massively. Last year we saw this huge deal between Kinder Morgan and El Paso, where they bought that business. They got rid of the oil exploration assets. They didn't want those at all. And that's really what we're seeing with today's deal.
So what is Sunoco's pipeline network like? I mean, everyone knows Sunoco. We just showed the banner there for the gas stations and all that. What's the pipeline network like?
Well, the thing that Energy Transfer is really interested in is the fact that Sunoco has a big liquids pipeline network. It's mostly up in the Northeast, but it also hooks down into the Gulf Coast. And traditionally, Energy Transfer has been very focused on Texas and the Gulf Coast, and very focused on natural gas. And they've really started to suffer, because a few years ago, they were making a lot of money out of just shipping natural gas west to east across Texas. What they found is, as the shale gas revolution has got going, people have come in and built competing pipelines. Their profits on that business have gone way down. And what they really want to do is get into the liquids business, where there's a lot more growth now and where prices are a lot better, companies are a lot better capitalized. And so they want to hook that into their existing pipeline and be able to say to companies, look, we don't just transfer your gas, we're also able to offer you liquids, and also link you to important demand centers like the Northeast.
So now we can see Sunoco stock. It's up, I think, about 20% now.
Yeah.
So obviously the market likes to do it.
Up around the premium, yeah.
I mean, what is going to happen to Sunoco? What's going to happen to the name? Like you said, there's a company that goes way back. Most people know that name very well. Is this company now being broken up? Is it going to disappear? Is that name going to go away?
Well, the name definitely won't go away, because they have a subsidiary, a master limited partnership called Sunoco Logistics, and that will actually be a key part of this deal, and its units will remain listed. So the name won't disappear, and I imagine that the gasoline stations, we've got around 5,000 gasoline stations. Like I say, I don't think Energy Transfer will hang on to those for very long. They'll probably sell them on, but I doubt that anyone buying them would want to get rid of the brand, simply because it's been around for about 120, 130 years, something like that.
Right.
So.